All right. Hopefully the sound is okay. We'll do a little sound check here with the audience to make sure that the sound is good today. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a good start to your day. And let me see here. I think we are live. And do a little sound check. Yep, take this off here. All right. Testing 1 2. How's the sound today, guys? 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 Good morning. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 9 8 7 8 9 10 10 9 8 7 8 9 10 10 9 8 7 8. We still see the echo's still there, right? We still see the echo. You guys still have the echo? Can you still hear the echo? You guys still have the echo? Can you still hear the echo? You guys still have. There's a little echo. Okay, here we go again. There's a little echo. Let me do Okay, here we go again. There's a little echo. Let me do. All right, change the mic. All right, on the mic. All right, on. Is the echo still on? I took the. Let me see here. The echo still on? I took the. Let me see here. The echo still on? I took. Hopefully the mic is a little bit better. Hopefully microphone. A little bit better. Might be the desktop mic. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 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 Microphone access. All right, how about this? Man, this is starting to be annoying. Hey? Yep, it's still echo. Man, what's going on here? Yep, it's still echo. Man, what's going on here? Desktop audio is down. Desktop audio is down. Oh, desktop audio 2. Maybe if I take this off. How about that? Desktop audio 2 is down. Hockey picks. Why is the hockey picks there? Good morning. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Is it still echo? Perfect. All right. So we're good? All right. All right. Take number 2. How you doing, folks? Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Freaky Friday. It is March 26th. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a good start to their Friday, their Freaky Friday. Got a great show lined up for you guys here today. In fact, I got some great emails from some of the Ramblers and Gamblers who are sending me some money management emails. And Andy sent me a really interesting email. I'm going to get to that email on Monday. But, the topic of the day, and let's go to the rain report on the show here today, guys. And let me just bring up a new window. And I'll just bring this over here. And let's go to the show podcast. And today we're going to be talking about the topic of the day. It's going to be value investing. Now, I got some great information for you guys that I dug up this morning. And each and every day when I do the show, I always think, okay, what's a good topic to talk about tomorrow? And today we're going to be talking about value investing, and I'll get to that in just a few seconds. We're going to do a little daily rewind, see how the picks did yesterday. Had a good pick in the NBA, went 1-3 in NHL. NHL let me down a bit. Streakcatcher, we're going to look at Streakcatcher. Today's free horse racing pick is going to be coming from Santa Anita Park in California. We'll take a look at the SBI, the Bears and Bulls report. 80% club. We got some really good 80% club stats. I'm going to do a March Madness forecast on all the games going today and tomorrow. And then we're going to do NBA handicap and NHL. And then we'll do a show wrap-up. All right, you know what? I'm not going to waste any time. And I'm going to get right into the topic of the day. Now, the topic of the day today, guys, it's value investing. Now, there's two types of betting interests. Now, what I mean by that is when you're watching something or you're betting on something, there's two types of interests that you're involved in. One is action interest. You're watching it because there's action on and that catches your interest. And then there's investing interest, right? You've got something invested. And when you got something invested and it's part of the sports betting industry or the sports betting, your portfolio, my fundamentals of handicapping is, as you know, it's value, the percentage play, and then cycles. Now, there's a great site called Investopedia, right? You guys, I'm sure you heard of it. And one of the things that they talk about here in this topic here is what is value investing. And this, I know what, I spent about 45 minutes going through this page here this morning and just replaced the word stocks with picks, right? The action that you're betting on. So what is exactly value investing? Well, according to Investopedia, it's value investing is an investment strategy that involves picking, picks that appear to be trading for less than their intrinsic or book value. Value investors actively ferret out stocks that they think the stock market is underestimating, right? So the stock market in this case is the bookmaker. And, when I talk about value and I go with and I talk about, overvalued, supervalued, undervalued, fair market value, those are the picks and some of the tools that we have in the Rain Report identify those type of values into the selections. And, I think it's a good way to see whatever you're investing in. And you know what? This is another good analogy right here. Value is always in the eye of the beholder, right? What is value to you? Now, I'll give you a good example. If I say to you and I bring up, the value of one Bitcoin. What is the value of one Bitcoin to you? What is the value of the Mona Lisa, the painting, the Mona Lisa? Or what is the value of Tom Brady's rookie card or Wayne Gretzky's rookie card, right? So you're probably saying the value of a Bitcoin to you is like, I don't care. I really don't care about Bitcoin. Or somebody else might say, you know what? I think Bitcoin is worth X amount of dollars. Or what is the value of the Mona Lisa, right? I'm not into painting, so I really don't, what I'm willing to pay for the Mona Lisa is not what really somebody is really fully invested in arts is going to pay for, right? Now, a Tom Brady rookie card, maybe somebody else was saying, you know what, I'll give you $500,000 for Tom Brady's rookie card. I'll give you $1 million for Wayne Gretzky's rookie card, right? So you see where the value could lie into the eye of the beholder on where the value lies in what you're investing in, right? And that's where I think when we're investing into our picks, into our selections, that's where you have to have an investment eye, an eagle eye. And this is why I say all the time, take off your sports fans hat, put on your investment hat, and think like an investor, right? Ross Benjamin says it all the time, think like a bookmaker. Well, I'm going to say, and I'll probably have to trademark this, think like an investor or think like a sports investor, right? Because in the Rain Report, again, I say it all the time, shop for value, play those percentages, and it's cyclical, right? So look at some of the things here in Investopedia, how value investing works. Now, I'm not going to go through everything of this because I'll just bore you guys to death. So I'll read some snippets here. The basic concept behind everyday value investing is straightforward. If you know the true value of something, you can save a lot of money when you buy it on sale. That's so true. That is so true. But you got to find what's on sale. And then that, related back to sports betting, right? When you're going back to sports betting, I'll give you a great example. I'm looking at the Winnipeg-Calgary game tonight. There's great value in that game. And it's like, it's like Bitcoin, Mona Lisa, and Tom Brady's rookie card. Where is the value in your eye on that game, right? Is it Winnipeg coming off, a nice win against the Vancouver Canucks? Or is it the Calgary Flames who struggled against Ottawa in their last couple of games, right? So we're looking for value. Intrinsic value versus and value investing. In the stock market, the equivalent of stock being cheap or discounted. So think about, the price on Calgary or Winnipeg, right? I think Winnipeg is plus money tonight. Or we can use like NBA basketball too, right? I'm just going off the top of my head right here. So in the stock market or the sports betting industry, the equivalent of a stock being cheap or discounted is when its shares are undervalued by the bookmaker, right? The bookmaker sets the line. We bet into that line. Now, we as investors, sports bettors, we got to go find that value, right? So I think, we got to go look for that value as a sports bettor. And some of the things that they, down here, margin of safety, right? Value investors require some room for error in their estimation of a value, and they often set their own margin of safety. And, when I read this morning, I thought about the Raymond report, right? So when I talk about the Raymond report, and I go to, let's say I go to NBA and I go to premiums, and if you go, let's go Milwaukee, Boston, eh? Well, good old plays and parlays. Let's go to your Boston Celtics. Now here, the VI, which I call value index or the Vegas index, I look at my line. So I have Milwaukee at minus 7.17, and the bookmaker has it at 5.15. So that's my margin of safety right there. So when you're comparing your lines and your money lines in baseball or hockey, whatever, there has to be a margin of safety, using the Investopedia reference here, and based on their particular risk tolerance level, right? So what is your risk tolerance level? Because let's be honest, when you see a line like something like this, when you see a line of Milwaukee minus 5.5, and then I see it as minus 7, I'm saying, wow, man, I think we're getting a pretty good bargain here. I think minus 5.5, that's my dopamines kick in and say, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good value right there, right? And let me see here. Value investors use the same sort of reasoning. If a stock is worth $100 and you buy it for $66, you'll make a profit of $34 simply by waiting for the stock price to rise to the 100 true value. So a little bit of a different situation here in that example, because the bookmaker is not going to sell us he might, an underdog. He might sell us an underdog for a lower value, right? So yeah, there is a bit of a comparison there. Markets are not efficient. Value investors don't believe in the efficient market hypothesis, which says that the stock prices already take all information about a company into account, so their price always reflects their value, right? So replace companies with sports teams and, to see if there's any good value into that sports team, right? Here's the one, there's a couple of one that made me laugh here. I think this one here is a good one. Don't follow the herd, right? And that's contrarian thinking right there. And when we talk about value and we talk about, let's be honest, whenever there's a game on a different day, and remember, every time there's a day of action, you got to go find, there's always going to be that one game where the whole public's on, right? And if you read my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secret, in college football, I call that the silver bullet game of the day, where the bookmaker is trying to really trap you into betting into that game, so that way they can kill your parlay, right? And parlays to me is, and we'll get to this in just a second, is like if you want to diversify your portfolio in sports betting, right? You got single game betting, and then you got parlay betting, and to me, there's a bit of a diversification on the way you can bet single games or you can bet parlays, and it's pretty complex when you really, if you want to make it complex. But don't follow the herd. Value investor possesses many characteristics of contrarians. They don't follow the herd. Not only do they reflect the efficient market hypothesis, but when everyone else is buying, they're often selling or standing back, right? So true. I used to know a guy in Alabama. His name was Bob Sparks. You guys might remember the Alabama Sports Wire. You guys remember Alabama Sports Wire with Bob Sparks? Haven't talked to Bob. Hopefully, is still alive. It's been a long time. But, Sparky was one of those guys that whenever everybody was on one side, and he taught me that a long time ago, like I'm talking, almost 20 years ago, you go the other way, right? You go the other way. Value investing requires diligence and patience. And this, when I saw this, it just reminded me, like, you know what? And I say it every day. Not every day is going to be a Picasso. Not every day is going to be a golden egg. You got to be patient in sports betting, right? Because at the end of the day, remember we talked about at the top of the show, there's two types of interest. There's AI, not artificial intelligence, but action interest. And then you got investing interest, right? So if you are an action interest, then you're betting every day. If you are an investing interest, you have an investment interest, then you're being selective and you're not betting every day, and you're going to pick your spots, right? But just one last thing there that made me laugh. Where was it? This here. I thought this was pretty funny, and I'll leave it off with this. Couch potato value investing. I've never heard that expression before. Couch potato value investing. It is possible to become a value investor without ever reading a 10K. Couch potato investing is a passive strategy of buying and holding a few investing vehicles for which someone has already done the investment analysis. So I guess mutual funds, exchange trade funds, Yeah. So I guess we got to change the bullpen name to the couch potato name, right? Is that what does that mean? I don't know, but I thought that was pretty funny. And I don't know what example we can use in the sports betting industry as couch potato value investing. Maybe you guys can. You guys are pretty sharp. Risk with value investing. There's always risk in sports betting. And so you know what? I can probably go an hour on this, but I know you guys didn't sign up here to watch the Raymond Report talk about Investopedia. But I thought this was a good topic today, guys. Value investing. So this way, when you are shopping for value and playing those percentages, again, just use the comparison of the eye and the beholder, right? How much are you willing to pay for one Bitcoin? What are you willing to pay for the Mona Lisa? And what exactly are you willing to pay for Tom Brady or Wayne Gretzky's rookie card? And that, to me, is in the eye of the beholder. And that today, folks, is the topic of the day. That was your Pep Talk, brought to you by peptalk.com. No, I'm just kidding. There's no peptalk.com. I just feel like every time I'm doing these shows, I'm like getting the team ready to go get the sports book, right? It's the pregame speech, getting everybody fired up. And let's go attack the day. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, I'd love to hear your feedback into the bullpen. And again, if you are new to the Raymond Report, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 4-time sports handicapping champion, author of Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, the founder of the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest going into season number 10. And ATSstats.com, where you'll find me each and every day. That's where I hang my hat. And, you guys would have laughed yesterday. Yankee fans and Red Sox fans, you guys should just block your ears right now. So last night, me and my wife, Natalie, we went for a walk. And I had my Boston Red Sox sweatshirt on, and I had my New York Yankees hat on. And I realized halfway through the walk, I said, if I was walking in Boston or New York, I'd probably get beat up right now, or I'd probably get fined. Hey, I did the unthinkable yesterday. I wore my Yankees hat with a Red Sox sweatshirt. Only in Canada, right? Thank God I'm in another country, because they probably would have shot me if I was walking the streets of New York or Boston. Anyways, I thought that was funny. I thought I'd share that with the bullpen. All right, let's take a look at the daily rewind. And again, not a bad day yesterday, not a great day. I had the free pick. Yesterday on the Ottawa Senators under 6.5. My best bet only had, now remember the topic of the day on, I believe it was Wednesday, was selectivity. Well, I was very selective yesterday, and I only had one play in the NBA, and I'm glad I did. It was my 5-star best bet, and it was the Portland-Miami game over the total. We talked about that game, and I told you guys in the show, I'm probably going to go over the total in this one, and I punched that ticket. And NHL, man, this Carolina, I don't ever want to see another Carolina-Columbus game ever again. Like, these teams will, you need your Pepto-Bismol to watch this Carolina and Columbus. Man, Carolina almost blew this again, right? They missed an empty net. If you watched the game last night, go look at the last minute of that game. I don't know which player it was. They had a clear breakaway. Seth Jones was right on his butt. He took a shot, missed the net, and right there I said, that's it, we're screwed. You know what always happens in that situation, right? They get it the other side, and they go score a goal, go to overtime. But we got lucky. Sebastian Aho got the winner in overtime. Boston Bruins, you know what? The Bruins, man, you got to give credit to the Islanders. The Islanders are one of the best defensive team in the league. And Barry Trotz got those guys playing some good hockey. Bruins took care of business in overtime, or actually the Islanders. Florida Panthers, man. Chicago, full credit to Chicago Blackhawks. They took care of business yesterday. And the St. Louis Blues, they were singing the blues last night because they got beat by Isaiah's Minnesota Wild. All right, let me check out the bullpen. I haven't said good morning to a lot of people here, so I'd love to go in and say good morning to Bo Jackson, Ricky Michael, J&J. How you doing, J&G? Hopefully everything's going well. There's my guy Sniper. Rashad's in the house. How you doing, Rashad? There's John X. How you doing, John? Lee Lewis. How you doing, Lee? Lee's in the house. Mark Nations. Happy Freaky Friday to you too, Mark Nations. And let me see here. Eddie Armstrong. Hey, we got a bunch of Eddies in the house here. I love it when we got a lot of Eddies. That means it's going to be a good day. Andreas from Germany. How you doing, Andreas? I still prefer winners instead of best value bet. Yeah, you know what? If you can get both of them, right? Why not get your cake and eat it too? That's the way I look at it. What's up, team? Let me see here. Who else is in the house? Said good morning to almost everybody. There's Rui. How you doing, Rui? Hopefully you're having a great day in Lisbon. And Bo Jackson says round robins. And Chunky Dude. Chunky Dude's in the house. And Miss Denica. How you doing, Miss Denica? And let me see. There's Sam and Slammy Sneed. There's my guy Slam and Sammy. I don't want to say that 10 times. That's a tongue twister. And hey, it was running a bit late this morning. I told you guys at the beginning here. I said I'll be in a couple minutes. Before the show, I normally go get like some water or a little bite to eat, and then I walk in the kitchen and my feet are all wet, and I'm going, "What's going on here?" And sure enough, my niece, who asked me to take care of her goldfish, the aquarium cracked, and I'm like, "Oh no!" So I yelled at my wife, "I got a show in 3 minutes here. Can you pick up the water?" So we had the goldfish name is Friday, so we had to put Friday in some type of backup bowl. So Friday is safe. This is an animal house here. We got Rusty, we got Friday. The only thing missing is a cat, but I don't think we'll get a cat. But yeah, so that's why I was a little late. The little 911 here in the kitchen with Friday the goldfish. So Friday is. For all you fish-loving fans out there, Friday is safe, and we will be okay. All right, that's the reason for that. Streakcatcher.com. Don't forget, you can play each and every day at Streakcatcher.com. The Big Hurt here. Look at the Big Hurt TX 6-game winning streak for the Big Hurt, and look at that. He had Minnesota yesterday. Good on the Big Hurt, Minnesota. Yeah, Big Hurt likes his hockey. He's got you know what? He's got Lakers, Pelicans here, so he's all over the place. And right now, the Big Hurt is on a 6-game win streak, and we'll wish you all the best. And there's the Big Boss Man 7 right behind him with 5 wins. And folks, you can play each and every day. In fact, when we do the money management show next week, I'm going to show you a good strategy to use using Streakcatcher, playing money management with the Streakcatcher, and hopefully that will make you some money. All right, the next site we're going to go to is hockeypicks.com, and you want to play at hockey. If you are a hockey fan and you're not using hockeypicks.com, you're missing out. You're absolutely missing out, because if you follow some of the top pickers, and there's a lot of topics up here you can go see, and what you do is you follow the top pickers, and you can see their picks, and you can compare them with your picks, and this is a good way of finding value. Staying with the topic of the day, finding value, and when you follow other good winners and other successful gamblers, there's only one way, and that's up, right? And you can't, and these are proven. Anybody that you see here, when I built this site about 20 years ago, I built it with the mindset of like how we have to have some safeguard that the people who are the top scorers, the top pickers, they got to prove themselves. They got to be, so in order to get viewed, in order to appear, you got to have 100 picks in the system. So everybody is tried, tested, and true, and you can get them each and every day at hockeypicks.com. And bullpen, I just took all we did with the programmer. I said, you know what? Let's clone this site at Hockey Picks, and let's make a baseball site called bullpenpicks.com. And we are about 5 days away from the bullpen, and you guys are in the bullpen. So next week, everybody starts making their picks at bullpenpicks.com, their baseball picks, and we are going to have a lot of fun betting baseball this season. All right, next on the schedule, let's go to some horses. Let's go take a look. Oh, before we do, look at that. Good night for the computer last night in hockey. Really good night. In fact, I think it went 7-4, and the NBA went 3-2, but NHL computer picks are absolutely on fire. Okay, it is 11:26. You believe that? 11:26. Now I feel like I got to rush through the show, right? We're going to have a really big show here on a March 26th on a Freaky Friday. All right, let's go to race number 1 today at Santa Anita Park. It's a $61,000 maiden special weight race. It's 3 p.m. post time at Santa Anita Park at the SAP. And the distance is 6.5 furlongs on the turf. We are going to go 2-5-1 in race number 1 at Santa Anita. First Class Dad with Flavian Pratt taking the ride here on the number 2 horse. 5-2 morning line on First Class Dad. Beyond Brilliant with Rispoli taking the ride here on the 5 horse. And we're going to close that trifecta ticket with the number 1 horse, Windsor, with JJ Hernandez taking a ride here on the number 1. Now, if you played the Joker's Wild yesterday that we gave out, I believe it came in second. So you see what I mean? If you play our Joker selection, I always say the Joker's the value play of the day on our tip sheet. There's that word again, value. Today's topic of the day, we're looking for value, and the Joker's pick is value today. Cherubic Factor, the number 4 horse, 7-2 morning line here on Cherubic Factor. And the way I always bet the Joker, if you have a $20 budget, you bet 10 to win, 10 to place on Cherubic Factor today in the first race at Santa Anita. And this way, if he comes in second, you will get paid. If you're going to do an exacta today, guys, with these selections, I recommend 2-5, 5-1, 1-4 exacta box. And if you're going to go the trifecta route, 2-5-1, 4-5-1 trifecta. And don't forget to box those tickets. All right, let's see what's happening in the bullpen. And let me see here. Goldfish named Friday. That is good luck. Yeah. Hey, my niece is she's something else. She's pretty funny. Hey, she's a funny. My niece has got a great sense of humor. I don't know how she came up with the with Friday, but now we're taking care of Friday. A cat would not be a good with the goldfish. No, that's not true. That's true. Friday's an accident may jinxed us today. No, we'll have a good day, Cheeks. Gold Suns. A's over. Hey, there's a Chunky. You know what? Chunky Dude just made me think of something there. I'm going to write that. Baseball totals next week. Good call, Chunky Dude. Chunky Dude, that's a good thing right there. Avies over 86.5. Kind of pointless to take any regular season hockey totals at this point, and Suns should go over the total. All right, let's go to the SBI. Let's see what came in last night in the sports betting industry. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, my name is Ron Raymond. And if you are interested in a membership here at atsstats.com to get all the features you see here on the show, it's 27 cents a day, $99 for the year, and you get access to the entire website. And this is a great, I call this the toolbox, right? You need tools in your toolbox. This is it's one of those mechanic tools, right? When you go into a shop, you see those slide-in toolbox. This is like a slide-in toolbox. This is not the one you take out of your, this is not a trunk slammer toolbox, right? Hey, this is not a trunk slammer toolbox. This is like, high-end class toolbox here at the Raymond Report. All right, where was I? I got thrown off by the trunk slammer reference right there. NBA, all right, NBA. Last 7 days, 70% chance of straight up favorites the last 7 days. So we're still in the bull market. Now that the trade deadlines go, just watch this, like 82% last 3 days. Watch the favorites. I don't know what it is, but ever since I've been handicapping sports, it just seems that anytime you pass the trade deadline, favorites just go on a run. 5-0 yesterday. Wow. 5-0 straight up. And not only did the favorites won straight up, they won against the spread. Like, guys, if you've been watching this show since day one, I've said it and I'll say it many times. If you play the favorite straight up, if you like them straight up or them straight up, take it to against the point spread. It's just 70% of the chance of covering the spread. And looking at the over-under in NBA the last 7 days, 41.4% and 58.6 to the under. 58.6 to the under. So, pretty good run here for favorites, and especially, look at that, eh? It's, favorites in the NBA on the last 7 days, 59.3%. And, so that's pretty good. Looking at the NHL, I'm looking at the NHL from last night. Another big tall glass of milk last night for the Chalkers, right? 8-3 straight up. If you took a lot of chalk last night, you wash it down with either your skim milk or 2%. I'm a 2% guy, so I probably wash it down with 2%. 8-3 last night for the favorites, and 7-4 to the over. 7-4 to the over last night. So after a little bit of a run to the under, man, I feel kind of lucky. I had Ottawa under on a big night on 7-4 to the over. I had the Ottawa Senators under with Toronto. The Leafs got lucky. Hey, did you guys see Dorion, the general manager of the Ottawa Senators, after that overtime win? Go on YouTube or Google or whatever and just do Dorion after Toronto victory against Ottawa last night. I don't know what he threw there in the luxury box, but it looked like he took a glass of water or he took a bottle and just chucked it at the that's a GM that looked like he was in the last place team, and he probably put a hole in that wall, whatever he chucked. But that was kind of funny, we should have him in the bullpen the way he's throwing those water bottles up there in the luxury suites, right? But hey, that's like a gambler. That's one gambler said yesterday, he's gonna punch into his pillow or something like that, right? We've all had those days where you want to just throw something after a bad beat. All right, let's go to the Bears and Bulls report. And what we do in this segment is we take a look at the industry in the NBA to see who's bullish and who's bearish and who is neutral. And then from there, we're going to go right to the 8% club. And if you're, if you missed the show prior, you'll know what I mean by the Gronk reference, right? When he was stock blocking an opponent, he said he started at the 10-yard line, he threw him out of the end zone, and it's just like he's throwing him out of the club. Look at this, Sacramento. There's my guy, Buddy Buckets. They scored 140 points last night against Golden State. There's Sacramento Kings right now. They are bullish, and so is Atlanta. So one of these things ain't like the other, and right now it's Sacramento and Atlanta who are bullish right now. So these are teams that are, we talk about value, right? These are teams that I feel that might have value right now, but the bookmaker might know that, so they might overprice them, and you got to be careful what you're buying into. And right in the Bear Club, there's no A, B, or C in the Bear Club, so I'm really not going to look into that. And now we're going to look at the NHL. Yeah. I see a rookie in the bullpen, guys. I see a rookie. Hey, who brought the rookie to the bullpen today? Steph. What are you doing bringing the lock here into the bullpen? We don't bring the locks here, Steph. Hey, we bring value. Red Sox, Diamondbacks, a lock. Steph says the kiss of that. So we all know what that means, right? We don't touch that game today, guys. Hey, we don't touch that game. And hey, you can tell the Red Sox Steph must be a Red Sox fan, right? Hey, he's probably a Red Sox fan. Come on, Steph. You don't bring a lock to a gunfight. Hey, Steph. There's the chicklets, right? He's got some smiling chicklets going right there. All right, let's take a look at the Bull Club here in NHL. Washington took care of business yesterday. Nashville. Look at Nashville. Hey, did you guys watch that game? Was it Nashville, Florida on the weekend? UC Saros. Man, this guy stopped like 50-some shots. I didn't think they were going to get one by him. I think it was Florida. And, Barkey got one by him, right? Barkov. So, man, I really thought we were going to lose that game. I thought we were going to see another wrong Tugnet type of 59-night save there with UC Saros that night. But Rangers, look at the Rangers. Hey, okay, I'm just going to say this for like 5 seconds, and I'm going to get off topic. When Gritty's your most popular guy in Philly, you got to get another goalie, and that's the end of that. Let me see here. Yep, so there we go. Rangers are overvalued right now. They're bullish. So if you're playing the Rangers right now, be careful. They're a C-type team. They're bullish. So, the value's in the eye of the beholder, right? All right, let's go to the next segment here. Man, I can't believe time flies when you're having fun, right? 11:35 already, and I'm trying to keep these shows under an hour. Hey, you guys are just logging in, and you're probably saying, just get to the friggin' NBA, will ya? Hey, I can just hear you guys. Let me see here. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the 80% club. Let's go throw some people out of the club here. Let's go NBA. I thought I saw some good stats here this morning in the NBA in the 80% club. The Utah Jazz as a home team versus non-division opponents this season, 17-1. 17-1. The Jazz as a 7.5 to 9.5 point home favorite in the month of March since 96. 28-2 straight up. 28-2 straight up. Let me get some over-under stats. Straight up stats are nice, but if you're playing like money line of -3 or lower, this is where these stats really come in handy. The Grizzlies, 9-1 to the under when they're 7 to a 9.5 point underdog after a conference game the last 3 years. And let me get one more good stat here. Oh, guys, I got 5 great system plays for you today in the NBA. We'll get to that in just a second. It just made me thought of that. Let me see here. What else is a good system play here? I thought I saw the over. Okay. You know what? Let me see here. The Jazz, the Bucks. I thought I saw some good. Okay, here. The Lakers. Now, be careful with this one. If you like the Lakers tonight, The Lakers are 21-3 straight up as a home team, coming off an 8-point loss since '96. But we all know their situation, right? They're hurting with their lineup. And one last one, and we'll do one last one, and then we'll go to NHL. Okay, here. The Jazz, 11-2 straight up as a home team, coming off a 3-game win streak the last 7 years. And, too chalky, though. The Jazz are too chalky. But I got a good go-against system on the Jazz, so maybe I got to get off the Jazz here. You know what? Let's go down here. The under for the Warriors as a home team, coming off 3 ATS losses the last 5 years. 9-2 to the under, 81.8%. And let's take a look at the NHL 80% club. Not a lot of games tonight in the NHL, only 4. But finally fixed the stats there. Pradeep was able to fix the stats. So big shout out to Pradeep, my programmer. Man, this guy is awesome. I've been with this guy now for almost close to, 18 years? He's just fantastic. Let me see here. The Ducks, this is a puck line. I want some straight up or over-unders here. Let me get... So the Washington Capitals, 10-2 as a home team, coming off a 4-game homestand the last 10 years. Wow. And then let's go to the Jets. Yeah, the Jets on the puck line. If you played the Jets on the puck line this year, man, you're smiling like a butcher's dog. You're doing all right because the Jets on the puck line, 14-3 on the puck line as an away team versus non-division opponents this season. So, and one last one down here. Let me get a total. Do we have any good totals here? The under is 8-2 for the Arizona Coyotes as a home favorite on 2 days rest the last 3 years. So a nice little 80% club right there. Ramblin' Ronald. Yeah, Ramblin' Ronald. He's gone. Hey, you just wound him up and let him go. He's gone, says G&G, right? Yeah, Ramblin' Ron is gone. All right, that was the 80% club stats. Now we're going to go to the March Madness. Now, what I do, guys, I did this this morning, is that I went to ATS Calculator, and I did the predictions already. So if you have a pen and paper and you want to keep an eye on this or you want to write this down, I'll give you a couple of minutes here. What I did is I went to all the matchups for this weekend, tonight and tomorrow, and I printed out the results, and I'll give it to you right now. So Villanova against Baylor. Baylor's 7.5-point favorite. The over-under at 142. I got Baylor winning 7.84. And I got 140.5. So I got Baylor winning by 7.84, and I got the game to go under. Oral Roberts against Arkansas. Arkansas 11.5-point favorite. The over/under at 159, and I got the Razorbacks winning by 2.6, and I got the over/under at 134.23. So another game to go under the total. Oregon State against Loyola. I got -7 here on Loyola. I got them winning by 13.05. So if you believe in faith in Sister Jean, then you want to bet Loyola tonight because I got them winning by 13.05. And like I said last week, I'm not betting against Sister Jean anymore until even she admitted that she picked Gonzaga in her pool, right? So we'll take Loyola Chicago until we get to Gonzaga. 127.48 is what I have on the total here. So I got it going over in this game. I got this game going over. And, wow, I just saw that. John Eck, my cousin plays for Villanova. I'm going to call him to tell him to bet against his team. Yeah, you probably get him kicked off the team if you said that you got it from the bullpen. Some sports handicapping show just called me. Hey, next thing you know, he's probably off the team. All right, now we're going to go to some NITs. NIT games here tonight. Memphis against Colorado State. I got Memphis winning, but only by 0.98 to 126.8. Mississippi State against Louisiana Tech. So I got, let me see here. I got Mississippi State -1.5. The over-under at 136.5. I have Louisiana Tech winning 9.43 to 132.04. So I do have this game going under the total. Colorado State going under. I forgot to mention that. And the last NCAA game tonight, the Syracuse Orange against Houston, the Cougars. Now Houston 6.5-point favorite. The over/under at 140.5. And I got the Cougars winning this one big, 13.15 and 127.22. So I got it going under, and we'll see if Coach Boeheim's son, they're shooting the lights out with the threes, right? Man, I'm a football coach, and anybody who's been in coaching, and baseball, basketball, hockey, football, we all know Coach Dad, right? when you got a team that we call it coach dads, right? A team of a bunch of coach dads. And, to have your son on the team is one of the tough things, right? But especially in amateur, when you're teaching amateur and coaching amateur, right? It's to me, it's very slippery slope, right? Very slippery. But when your son can play, like Bayham's son can play, it takes away that conflict of people chirping, right? But hey, full credit to the Bayheim player. He's been fantastic in the tournament, and we'll wish him all the luck here tonight. All right, let's take a look here at the bullpen and see what's going on. I picked all NHL dogs tonight, says Isaiah. Pete Rose style. John X, tell him to foul. Tell him to foul. Tell him to foul with 3 seconds left, eh? Take Oral Plus. Oral Plus, is that some type of denture thing there, Rashad? There, we're supposed to, Rashad, do you work for the dental hygienist company or something? Oral Plus. I feel like I need to brush my teeth now. Doors and Daw says Celtics +6, and yeah. All right, so bullpen's hopping. Folks, don't forget, you can join us here live each and every day at the Rain Report on our YouTube channel. And if you're not a member yet, why not subscribe? Hit the notification bell or the subscribe button on your mobile device and join the community. We have a great community, and hopefully we can push our numbers up here. And if you enjoy the show, don't forget, hit the like button. We're stuck on 10 here. Let's try to get it to 20 before the show ends, right? Let's all smash the likes right now. All right, tomorrow, college basketball. I didn't leave you hanging. I know there's 2 days here. I got you. I got you guys in the bullpen here. Hey, I'm not a lefty. I'm a righty. So the righty's coming in here for Saturday's games. Florida State against Michigan. Now the Wolverines are -2, but the Big East, the Big Ten, right? Who's gonna be careful on Big Ten teams? -2 is Michigan. The over/under is set at 143.5. I got the Wolverines winning this one, though, 6.21 to 142, so we do like it to go a hair under the total. I got 142.62, so I like it to go under. Creighton, Gonzaga, I got Gonzaga winning big, 16.26 to 136 is the total. So Gonzaga is favored by 13. I got them winning by 16, and we got the total going under. And then Oregon against USC, that'd probably be a good Pac-12 game in football, right? The Ducks and the Trojans, -2, and 138.5 is the total. I got the Trojans winning 4.03 to 128.11. And the last game on the board, UCLA against the Crimson Tide. I got Alabama winning this one 2.23 to 138.9. And I got that total going under the total. So there you go. There you have it. That's the ATS Calculator March Madness selections for the Sweet 16. Hopefully, if you guys use it. I find there's more value in the totals. So for what that's worth, hopefully, if you guys have been following, anybody who's a member of ATS Calculator, if you found an edge, we'd love to hear about it. All right, man, I need a water break here, eh? I need a water break. I've been going for 45 minutes straight here. Just I feel like the GG says, rambling Ron. Okay, rambling and gambling. 2 types of investments, AI and investment, right? Don't forget, guys, value is the topic of the day. We're always looking for value, and we're going to go to the NBA right now. I'm going to go real quickly here. Now, guys, I have time. Ronald, it's running. That's funny. Yeah, hey. Time, let's go. Hey, I can see the big hook come and get me out at noon, right? Hey, little Johnny Carson hook there. Take him out. Take him out. Hey, with Ed McMahon there. The woodshed. Take me out behind the woodshed. Hey. All right, Brooklyn taking on the Pistons. Now, what I'm going to do here, because we're running a little bit short on time, I'm going to give you guys the top edge here. And then, I got 5 system plays here today for you guys. And the systems, and I'll bring them up here in a second. And I'll do this one first. Brooklyn against is getting you. Rusty is getting you. Not much. All right. I got to stay focused, Ron. Stay focused. You guys in the bullpen are throwing me off here today. -5.5. And the over-under is 219. We got the Brooklyn Nets 116 to 115. The over-under at 231.85. Now, looking at Brooklyn's last game, that was a loss. Remember, they took a spanking against the Jazz, 118 to 88. And then Pacers, Detroit lost to the Pacers, 116 to 111. You got a C Bears team against an A Bullish team. So there is value on Brooklyn. No, actually, overvalue on Brooklyn. You got an A-type team that's bullish. They've been bullish for 36 days. So, man, Brooklyn. So that means they were 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0 in their last 7 games. So the one thing with Brooklyn, they're going to rebound, right? Game number 2, Boston against Milwaukee. Now, the Bucks are on an 8-game win streak, so be careful here. The last 3 games for Milwaukee have gone over the total. Boston's on a 2-game losing streak. They lost their last game to the Bucks, so this is a back-to-back game situation. And looking at the Bucks here, -5.5. The over/under at 235. I got the Bucks winning by 1 here, 116 to 115. The over/under at 232. Bucks are 9-1 in the last 10, 4-6 for the Celtics. And I have the Bucks with some good value here today. So just like the analogy we gave earlier, right? Everything's in the eye of the beholder. So there is value on Milwaukee. They're on an 8-game win streak, but what goes up must come down, and I don't think I'm going to touch that game. Now the next game is Phoenix against Toronto. Now, if you guys recall, I'll go back to the show here. Anytime you want to see some of the systems we post here, I've got some really good systems here. Now, here's one of the systems I'm going to share with you guys. It's the Phoenix-Toronto system. So you want to play on NBA favorites coming off a 1 to 3 point loss. And I think, let me go to, I think that record is higher now. Let me go to the super database. NBA. And let's go when favorites are coming off a 1 to 3 point loss in their last game. All right, right here. And let's go to current season. All right, right there. And let's see what we got here. Look at that, 32-16 to the over. So 32-16 to the over. It's a pretty solid stat. It's not it's not like the hockey one where it's 70%, but it's still pretty solid. So anytime you got a favorite coming off a 1 to 3 point loss, and Phoenix is coming off a 1 point loss to Orlando, the over tonight between Toronto and Phoenix looks pretty solid. But the only thing is, let me see here, 224. I got this total landing on 241. Wow, the computer has, and what's the Kogo? Kogo's at 48%. I like that. I like when the Kogo is in a value range, right? Sticking with the topic of the day, the Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total, 48%, and that's pretty good. That's a pretty good range. So I do like this total. So Brian Gray says Pistons 80% home, Dogs 5+. So that's a pretty good system there, Brian. Brian has some good stats. I like. Thanks for sharing that with us, Brian. Brian Grace. That's some pretty good stats right there. All right. So I do like the over. That's one of the systems I like the over. The next game we got Houston against Minnesota. Houston against Minnesota. Let me see here. -4. The over under 229. And let me see where the value. There, two C-type teams. 43 in the Bear Club. 2 days in the Bears Club. For Minnesota, they're 2-7 straight up against teams below 500 at home. And same thing, well, Houston, okay, they got their first win there against Toronto. We're not going to go crazy here, right? So I'm going to pass on that one. Denver, New Orleans. Now, Denver against New Orleans. Here's another situation, right? Now Denver, when they played their last game against Toronto, we said that game did look like a trap game of the night. This, I don't know. Was that just a one-off for Denver now? Was the do factor kicked in for Denver to lose that one on the road? Seems like they've been on the road for a while here. How many road games have they played? Let me see here. 1, 2. Okay, only 2. So for some reason, it felt like longer. Now, the computer forecast has Denver losing tonight. New Orleans, so 114 to 113. The over-under at 227.27. I just don't trust C-type teams, right? I don't like to trust C-type teams, although New Orleans 3-0 straight up and against the number against teams that are 50% in the standing. So 50 to 59.9. And you look at Denver's record, 26-18 on the year, and their road record, not bad, 14-9. Oh, I'm drooling all over the place here. Hey, this game got me drooling here. 14-9 straight up and against the point spread. And the percentage play does favor Denver. I don't think I'm going to touch this game. I don't think I'm going to touch this game. It's just, obviously it tells me Denver should be the play, but New Orleans at home, 3-0 against B-type teams, and they're coming off of a win against the Lakers. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's, because there's a lot of games on the board here today, there might be better value. All right, Suns off a loss. I've covered like crazy. Phoenix off a loss is covered like crazy, says Isaiah. All right, Miami taking on Charlotte. Here's my other system play, guys. Here's my other system play of the day. The over in Miami and Charlotte. Now, Miami played over last night against Portland. That game, was it last night or night before? I can't remember. I thought it was last night. Yeah, last night. And it went over the total. Damian Lillard, key. He was key in that game. Right? Got fouled at the end there, made those 3 free throws. And, free throws. He got fouled on the 3-point. I got Charlotte winning this one here. 110-109. And the over-under at 219.89. Now, didn't get a chance to check out the injury report this morning, so keep an eye out on injuries and load management, right? Players won't tell you. They'll say that, this is the type of year now you're going to see players, they'll come out with some type of injury, but it's basically load management, right? That's what I'm reading into some of these injuries right now. But I do have a system play, and if you look at Miami, so now... Actually, oh, wow, the line is flipped. So the line is flipped. This opened up 2.5 for Miami. So the system plays dead. I was going to play because, let me see here. It was -2.5 for Miami, -3. But now the total, so this system's dead. Unfortunately, it was another system like the Phoenix-Toronto, like this one I showed you right here. Play on teams, favorites coming off a 1 to 3 point loss, but they're not a favorite anymore. So this system's dead. So we'll go on to the next game. Portland against Orlando. Let's go to Portland against Orlando. A B neutral type team. And, we talk about value all the time, right? And the thing that I'm really noticing in the way, and in sports betting, because the books are constantly adjusting, you need to be constantly adjusting, right? If you're not adjusting to the way you handicap games, because the bookmaker's adjusting. They're adjusting every day to the markets, the current market environment, the parity in sports. And this is where I'm finding I'm adjusting my handicapping a lot. And the one thing that I've said this many times, right? I don't bet on C-type teams. I try not to bet on C-type teams because at the end of the day, like Bill Parcells says all the time, you are what your record says you are. And if you are betting on C-type teams all the time, like on bad teams, you can't expect bad teams to do good things for you. And that's why are you an action investment better or are you an investment better? And that's, I think, you got to distinguish in the way you bet on sports. Find out why you're betting on sports. Are you doing it for action or are you doing it for investment? It's a completely different, 2 different worlds, right? Because if you're betting for action, you're betting every day, right? If you're betting for investment, you're picking your spots. And a little Ron Raymond rant right there. It's so easy to get on these rants, right? But I'm passionate about that. Whenever I feel I get something that like that, like a topic like that, it's just I feel because I get the emails all the time. I'm losing. Well, what kind of better are you? Are you an action investment better or are you an investment better? Right? You got to distinguish what you are. And I think if you're an investment better, you're not betting every day. You are not betting every day. Does that make sense? What do you guys think? Does that make sense to you guys? I would love to hear your feedback on that, right? Anytime we get into these type of topics and conversations, I feel if you're passionate about it like I am, then we got to, air it out, right? Because the more people that chat about that stuff, somebody's going to benefit from it, right? I always think there's always somebody new coming into the markets, don't know what they're doing, and they watch this show and they can benefit from everybody's experience, right? And that's what this show's all about. All right, let's go to the next game. Portland, Orlando, 114-119. I'm not touching that game. Now, here's the system. Pretty much bang on every now and then. Okay, yeah. All right, so remember this system that I gave out the other night? Unfortunately, it didn't win. Was the San Antonio against the Clippers. Remember that system I gave out? So the system is this. Where am I here at the bottom? Find value. I think it's this one right here. I think it was this one right here. Nope. Let me go get it. I think it's, it was this one. I was there. All right, so it's this one right here. NBA favorites that scored 115 or more points in back-to-back games and coming off 2 ATS losses, right? So let's go look at this here. NBA favorites coming off 2 ATS wins. Sorry, not losses. 2 ATS. Oh, wait a minute. Was that wins or losses? Wins, right. So coming off 2 ATS wins. And they scored 115 points in back-to-back games. All right. So let me go get this down here. Just bear with me 10 seconds there, folks. In back-to-back games. Scored 115 points for. Okay, here we go. So favorites coming off 2 ATS wins. Current season scored 115 or more. Not less or more. All right, here we go. In back-to-back games. This is a pretty good go-against system right here. 6-24 against the point spread, right? So NBA favorites scored 115 points in back-to-back games coming off 2 ATS wins. This is a go-against play tonight against Dallas, all right? This is a play against Dallas. This is a play against Dallas. -4, 228. So, their favorite. They're coming off 2 ATS wins, and they scored, let me see here, down here, 115 points in back-to-back games right here. 132, 128. So this is a go against. So the play tonight is on, the system play is on Indiana. So I got the final score 116 and 110 on the computer. But if I look at the chances of winning and chance of covering, so the chance of winning straight up, 63% for Dallas, but I got a 64% chance on the point spread for Indiana. So Indiana could be a nice play here tonight. Awesome, because I lean on the Pacers. Awesome. Good. I'm glad. I'll be cheering that pick on for you, Isaiah. All right, the next play here. Again, I got another against the system play on the Memphis-Utah game, and this is a play against Utah. So the same type of system. So the same system. Let me see. Go back here to this one. NBA favorites scored 115 or more points in back-to-back games, coming off 2 ATS wins. We know the record, right? The record is 6-24, I think, right? 6-24. Probably do the math. That's 20-some percent. Let me see here. So Utah coming off 2 ATS wins, and they scored how many points in their last 2 games? 120 and 118. So they scored over 115 points in the last 2 games. They're coming off 2 ATS wins, and that's a good go against system. So Memphis tonight is the other system play here, guys, against Utah. Now Utah 115 and 107, so we got them winning by 8. And that fits into the, that's one indicator that points the right way. 3 straight up wins for Memphis. So Memphis playing some, look at this, the chance of covering. The lower high goes to the Jazz at 32%. So the other system play is on Memphis. Atlanta against Golden State. Let me see here. Atlanta, system on the over. Actually, let me see here. So the favorite, so this, I'm playing this system here. NBA favorites coming off a 1 to 3 point loss. So let me go take this here. Any favorites coming off a 1 to 3 point loss? I think I already did this here. I forget what the record was. I think it's 32 and something. Where was I here? There it is. All right, let's take this off. Oops, wrong one, not 3 games, 4 nights. All right, so let's take a look at the 32 and 16. Pretty good for the over. Now, Atlanta's a 7.5 point favorite. They're playing Golden State, and they're coming off a 2 point loss to Sacramento. Was it 2 points? So, yeah, was it 2 points? Yeah, 110. To 108. So they're coming off a 2 point loss. So this falls into our system tonight. So, guys, and the last one, Cleveland against the LA Lakers. Cleveland against the Lakers. I got 109 to 104 favoring LA. Now, LA is a 4 point favorite, and they're playing a C-type team, right? And they're A neutral, but we'll see if the bench is going to pull through for them. Now, Lakers, Batman and Robin is gone, right? So there's no Anthony Davis. There's no LeBron James. Batman and Robin has left the building, and now the bench, this is gut check time. If you're a coach for the LA Lakers, this is gut check time, right? And in management, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we didn't do any trades at the trade deadline, or did they? No, I don't think they did, right? But Lakers, this is gut check time, because what if you lose LeBron and Anthony Davis in the playoffs, right? And then, playoff Rondo just showed up in LA yesterday with the Clippers. So, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be a lot of fun watching the playoffs. All right, so to recap NBA today, can't believe it's already 12 o'clock, right? Recap the system plays. Phoenix, Toronto over. Miami is not a system play because now the line has gone the other way. Atlanta, Golden State over. And then the go-against system. So you want to go against teams coming off 2 ATS wins that scored 115 points or more in back-to-back games. Memphis and Indiana are your 2 system plays of the night. All right, there you have it. That's the NBA recap. Let's do a quick NHL. And then that's a wrap. That's a wrap for a Freaky Friday. Man, this show was fast today. I don't know about you guys, but hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Again, don't forget, if you enjoy the show, please hit the like button and smash that notification bell if you ever want to get informed when we are live. And hopefully you guys enjoy the show, because I enjoy doing this each and every day for you guys. And I think we've got a great community in the bullpen. And once COVID is done, you can rest assured we'll probably do some type of conference, right? We'll do one big meeting somewhere. It'll be fun. Mark Nation says he's an action investor. Yeah. Hey, but that's, and Andy wrote me a great email. I'm going to share Andy's email on Monday. I'll talk to Andy first, make sure he allows me to share it. It's a great money management, and I think it's going to make you guys think twice on, and, not think twice, but maybe a different way to approach your sports betting. And remember, what are Mondays? Cash out Mondays, right? Folks, you want to cash out on Mondays. That's where you make your money, right? You got to be making money. Otherwise, you're just an action investor. Minus 333 for Washington. Now, they took care of business. A game 4-3 last night. 0 back-to-back games. New Jersey does not have any fun playing in Washington. They're 1-9 in their last 10 games in Washington. So this could be another. But you know what? They played them tough. They played them tough last night. In fact, go look at the last 3 games New Jersey's played against Washington. They're all 1-goal games. 4-3, 5-4, 3-2. But when a team has your number, it's just not meant to be. Now, there's no systems in the NHL tonight. These systems last night, unfortunately, it won. We went 1-1. We had Colorado. Full credit to Colorado. I thought Vegas was the better play, but the system proved why the system works. And we had Colorado and Florida as our system play yesterday. Florida just didn't show up. Unfortunately, you got to get them back in Florida. They play better in the Sunshine State, right? Anaheim against St. Louis. Now, Anaheim's just not having a good year. 9-25 on the season. St. Louis, man, they just have trouble scoring goals, right? 2-0 shutout last night. And looking at St. Louis in the last couple of games here, last 5 games, St. Louis only averaging 1.8 goals a game. That's not gonna cut it. St. Louis is a better team. If you look at some of these NHL teams on paper, it's an easy check mark or easy enter when you hit the final bet, right? You put in your amount of money you bet and you hit enter. On paper, St. Louis looks like the team to beat, but in practical and when you look at them play right now, they're just not getting the job done. And look at that. They are now a C-type team. So now they're a team you can't even trust anymore. They're a great road team, 12-7, but they weren't great last night. But this is what I'm saying. If you're a sports investor and not an action investor, how can you bet St. Louis right now? Betting on St. Louis right now, to me last night, until they're back in a B-type team, Bill Parcells, you are what your record says you are. And right now, because you're C, you become a team that no one can trust right now, especially bettors, right? And guys, in my adjustment to sports betting, I'm only betting on B and C type teams that I can trust, right? Because at the end of the day, I want to back a team that has a winning record, that wins on a consistent basis, sort of, and I can trust. And right now, when you're betting with C-type teams, you might as well just have a bottle of Pepto-Bismol beside you, because that's exactly what I'm going to call them Bepto picks. I'm just going to make that up. Bepto picks. There's my Bepto pick of the night, the St. Louis Blues, right? But hey, look at this. The Anaheim Ducks, 6-0 on the puck line. this year against C-type teams. So maybe Anaheim on the puck line. They're 5-5 in St. Louis, and the last time these two teams met was on March 3rd, and the Blues won 3-2. So Activin and Pepto, yeah. Pacer fit my system, dogs, too. Good. All right, Blues win tomorrow, not today, says John X. 4-10, Ron, do you think over in Calgary, Winnipeg? All right, let's get to that game. Now, Winnipeg and Calgary. This is the game of the night. To me, this is the game of the night. If you're going to bet a game, I think this is the one. Arizona and San Jose is a good game too. But I look at Winnipeg Jets, and look at this. They're an A-type team, right? They're an A-type team that, people, you got A-type teams that people don't believe in, right? We've seen it all the time. You see these teams that they win, but people's like, I know they're winning, but I just don't know if I trust them, right? I got a feeling Winnipeg's that type of team. They're a team that, I don't want to label them as fool's gold because they're having a good season and they're playing, some good 20-13 on the year, right? So they're not fool's gold, but it's just from a public confidence level point of view, I just don't know if if I tell you Colorado, Vegas, Tampa Bay, your dopamines and your instinct goes, oh, great teams, right? If I mention Winnipeg, they're an A-type team, but I don't put them in that same class as Vegas, Colorado, Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by Winnipeg. Now, going tonight, playing against Calgary, minus 120 is the line. And let's take a look at the line movement on this game. The line movement is, let me see here, 125. So money's coming in on Winnipeg. Winnipeg on paper and the way they've been playing, they're 5-5 in the last 10. And when they play a team below 500, they're 6-2 on the road, 4-4. Calgary on a 3-game losing streak after Sutter came in. They went on a 4-game win streak. It's just amazing. I'll use that Sacramento reference, right? When C-type teams go on an 8-game win streak, bottom to dollars to donuts, they go on an 8-game losing streak like Sacramento, right? It's just like a law of average. I don't know why it is, but it's just cyclical, right? And I talk about it all the time in the Raymond report. Teams that are value, percentage, and cycles, you got to look for cycles. And right now, Calgary are going through one of those cycles where they win 4, lose 4, maybe. Looking at their last 10 games, 4-6, right? So, but this is a tricky spot here tonight. This is a tricky spot. My head, my head and wallet probably says Winnipeg. Take the plus 110 or 100 on the Winnipeg Jets. Who's the starting goalies tonight? Do you guys know who the starting goalies are tonight? Is it Hellebuck and let me see, is it Rittich or let me see the starting goalies tonight. Starting goalies. Let's go to all right, starting goalies tonight. Markstrom and Hellebuck, right? Like Markstrom's been okay. He's been okay this year. Let me see. He's played 24 games, 12-10, 2.8 goals against average. Having a good year. Hellebuck's been, that series he had with Toronto a couple of weeks ago. Man, I would have given him the Vezina after those 2 games. I thought he played fantastic against Toronto. But yeah, probably Hellebuck tonight. And looking at the forecast, 3.96, 3.42. An A-type team against a C-type team. And let me see here. I got Winnipeg, and the computer is all over it. And the computer's hitting like 66, 67%. I think Winnipeg's the play here tonight, guys. But there's that reservation. There's let me see. Oh, wow. See, this is what I mean. Like, when you give out these type of shows and you're doing handicapping on the spot, and you sometimes you overlook things, right? And look at that. Winnipeg in Calgary, 2-8 in their last 10 games. They're 2-8, and when they're on the road this year, after 1 day's rest, they're 8-4. So, man, the numbers are conflicting everywhere. But yesterday and selectivity, right? We talked about selectivity. Looking for value. There is value, but do you want to be selective? And I don't know. This is a tough game to handicap, right? This is a tough game to handicap. Rui says he likes the over. I need to know the starting goalies, right? Markstrom. Let's take a look at Markstrom here. They played Ottawa in their last game. It was a 3-1. So they played a lot of games that went under. The last 3 games have gone under. The last couple of games between Winnipeg and Calgary, let me see, 3-2, 4-1, 3-2, 7-7, 4. So in the last 7 games, 3 of the 7 have gone under. over. So 3 and 4 to the over. Yeah, it's a tough call. It really is, right? 4-1. I don't know. I think it's one of those games where I gotta really, I don't like, gut reaction, and if I give you like a gut reaction, I don't think it's an informative one. So I think I'm just gonna pass. But if you're gonna play this game, I think Winnipeg is the play. And finally, San Jose against Arizona. Sharks minus 116 is the price, minus 105 for San Jose. I got 3.03, 2.7, over under at 5.79. Looking at the Coyotes. Coyotes coming off a big win over Colorado, right? So is this a letdown spot here for a C-type team against another C-type teams? And because I don't like betting on bad teams, you got C-on-C crime here. Arizona coming off a big win. And the last 10 trips for San Jose, 6 and 4 straight up in Arizona. And let me see here. And San Jose on 1 day's rest on the road, 3 and 8 in their next game. And let me take a look. Coming off a win. When Arizona's coming off a win, yeah, see here. Arizona coming off a win at home, 1 and 6. I think San Jose is the play here tonight. San Jose is, I think, is the play. San Jose, the under, says Rui. I like San Jose better. I think San Jose minus 105 value. But again, a C-type team. And this is where you got to distinguish. What are you? Are you, an AI bettor? AI, are you an action bettor investor, or are you a investment bettor, right? Are you betting for investments? Investment action. Or what's my investing? All right, so there you have it, guys. That's the show today in a nutshell. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the show here today. We need one more like here to hit 20. Can we get another like here to get 20? It would be much appreciated. And so hey, you know what Friday is? It's Rusty Fridays. There he is. Rusty. Hey, buddy. You gonna come eat the mic? Hey, there's Rusty. How you doing, buddy? There's Rusty. Oh, he always loves to eat the mic. All right, buddy. All right, there's the Rustinator. We always end the show on a Friday with the Rustinator. And hopefully you guys have yourself a great rest of your day. Rest of your day. Sound like a rusty, rest and rust. Almost put it in the same sentence right there. But hey, if you enjoyed the show today, and if you ever want to send me an email and talk about topics that we should bring up on the show, fire away. Go to atsstats.com, hit the contact us button, and then leave your detail. And I'm always loving when I get feedback from the show from the audience. And let's see if we can do that. Rusty opened the door by himself. Yeah, a little help there by Mrs. Raymond there. Hey, so too cool, Rustinator. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your weekend. Now I'm going to start saying rest and rusty in the same sentence. Shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back here on a Manic